It's our first NBC weekend review and weekday preview for SportsNola.com, courtesy of First NBC Bank. I'm Ken Trahan along with Lenny Vangilder. Hope you'll have a great week here for Independence Week, with Independence Day coming up on Wednesday. A lot of prospective players are seeking their independence from their NBA teams, and the Hornets are proactive in that particular realm. Lenny, last week, of course, they introduced their first-round draft picks, but most importantly now they're addressing their roster needs, and by getting rid of Rayshard Lewis, they created more space to operate with.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's all about how much space you have under the salary cap when you get to free agency in the NBA, and clearly their first priority is to keep Eric Gordon. He's going out and feeling out other offers out there, a lot of reports and rumors and things like that, but at the end of the day, the beauty of him being a restricted free agent is whatever offer gets made out there, the Hornets can match it.
He's going to be a Hornet. They're going to match anything that's out there because they have the money to do so, and he's an absolutely essential building block. With that being said, he has the same agent as Chris Kaman, Rob Pelinka, and as a result, Kaman, a lot of people had dismissed him previously, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's still in play.
It could be. He's apparently going to take a visit to Indiana. It looks like that Roy Hibbert could be headed from the Pacers to the Portland Trailblazers. If that's the case, that's a pretty good fallback plan for Indiana, that they might be able to land Kaman. But at the end of the day, we don't really know. The Hornets haven't really tipped their hand how they feel about Chris Kaman. So is it a priority to try to keep him? Be a nice fallback option? We really don't know at this point.
Yep, a lot of other names out there. Of course, Nicholas Batum, who was coached previously by Monty Williams in Portland, is another player that's been mentioned. But undoubtedly, it's get Eric Gordon and then get a center of some sort on this team. Of course, the two draft picks, you can watch the videos at SportsNola.com of Anthony Davis and, of course, Austin Rivers, who are both very impressive, and it seems like they're very happy to be here and happy to be teammates as well. Nothing new on the other Tom Benson team's front, the New Orleans Saints. Kind of quiet times right now, but that July 16th date is now just 2 weeks away where Drew Brees is concerned.
We just keep counting down, and really you don't have to worry about anything until maybe July 12th, 13th, things like that, as we get a little closer to the actual deadline, because there's no urgency for anything to get done at this point. It's just like any other type of deal that involves a contract, whether it's a collective bargaining agreement or anything else. When it comes down to that deadline, when somebody can get impacted one way or the other, that's when you'll see the deal get done.
Zephyrs, of course, with a big week at home. July 4th, it's a big game. Will sell out, major fireworks display. Wade LeBlanc, one of our hometown heroes from the Lake Charles area, called up by the Miami Marlins. Of course, he has previous big league experience.
Yeah, he's been with the Padres for quite a while. Good opportunity. And speaking of local guys, hey, congratulations to Wade Miley, the former Southeastern pitcher from La Ranger, going to the All-Star game. Well-deserved. A little shaky outing over the weekend. Thankfully, all the votes were in at that point, but still, he is headed to Kansas City next week.
And well-deserved. Joey Butler, a AAA All-Star, the former UNO star as well. Congratulations to him. Huge win for the New Orleans Voodoo over Jacksonville. They're in first place in their division now, Lenny, and you were at the game, and it was a pretty good crowd and a pretty good setting.
Yeah, it was, and two pretty good teams, and the Voodoo at home just were the better team and got a little revenge after the first meeting this year between these teams, where New Orleans let one get away. Now 1 game up, 3 games to play, 2 of those in the division. New Orleans clearly in the advantageous position.
Yeah, win 2 out of 3, you win the division, and you make the playoffs. They now own the tiebreaker over Jacksonville by the point differential, so that also is a major factor. Jesters got beat. They're out of the playoff chase pretty much by getting whipped this past weekend. And otherwise, it's kind of a quiet time, calm before the storm. Watch the NBA free agency situation. Let's see what happens with Drew Brees. And, of course, the Voodoo will be on the road at San Jose this week. Should be a fun week.
It should be. And keep in mind, we're just 25 days away from Saints training camp. It'll be here in July. It'll be here before we know it.
Right. Who's counting? He is. All right, Lenny, thanks. Always a pleasure.
We'll see you later this week.
That's our first NBC Bank weekday preview, weekend review. Glad you've joined us. Have a great 4th of July, each and every one of you. God bless you.